let's start off with something that is important to remember. The high time frame chart is your map. I want you to think about it like that. Map tells you where to go. Right? The low time frame chart is actually more like your looking glass or your magnifying glass. It allows you to dig a little deeper after you already know where you're headed. All right. So let's talk about what we mean differing between high and lower time frames. So standard higher time frames, what you beginners are going to see is going to be the daily chart, the 4-hour chart, or maybe the 1-hour chart. They're slower. It's a little bit less noise. They usually show the main major trends and also offer some big levels. Right? So we want to know what are our high time frame charts so that we can stick to those, knowing what is more likely to stick because it is on a higher time frame. Now, granted, if you are trading, maybe investing, you might also be looking at a weekly chart or a monthly chart. But for the type of trading we're talking about, usually on this channel, we're going to stick to our high time frames as our daily 4-hour and 1-hour. Now, your lower time frames are going to be just shifted down a little bit. Your 15, your 5, and your 1-minute charts. Obviously, these are going to move a lot faster. There's going to be a lot more details, right? A lot more fake signals, and unfortunately, some emotional pressure the lower you get down into the time frames. Yes, there are lower time frames than this. As a beginner, highly would not suggest anyone going lower than a 1-minute chart. I have spent time on a 15-second chart. Wasn't a good idea, but I did it. When it comes to the high time frame, as we mentioned before, it's like a map, but it can also be kind of like a story. Right? You've seen a story, it was written, that's your high time frame. That's what the entirety of what's happening, what you get out of the market's movements. But when you look at the lower time frame, it's kind of like the sentences. It's what makes up the story. But if you just read one sentence, you really won't know what the entire story is about. And that's how we really should focus on the difference between how and when to use high time frame versus low time frame. It's also kind of this idea of chaos versus calm. Sometimes the 1 minute can be really chaotic. Lots of wiggles, lots of quick movements, lots of shifting that can honestly trick you and confuse you. A lot of things can happen inside of a higher time frame candle, which from that perspective, the higher time frame perspective, can actually seem pretty calm and simple. Let's jump right into TradingView and take a quick look at what I mean by what's inside of the lower time frame could show a very different message than what's in the higher time frame.